guys, it's Melody Lane, and I am going to show you how I created this card. I used stamps and my Cricut and print and cut. I embossed with watercolor markers. If you want to see how I created this card, keep watching, like the video, and subscribe.
You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Everyone, it's Melody Lane, and I got some new stamp sets. These are from Oak Tree Stamps. There's actually 4 of them, but these 3 you see here were inspired by me. How exciting is that? This is a layered lilac. This one's called Layered Lilacs. And then the fairies. I love the little fairies. Aren't they so cute? Omar, the artist for Oak Tree Stamps, is so talented. I cannot wait to color some of these fairies. And I've also made some digital paper to go with them. I want to make a thank you card that says, I thank you. So I'm going to use the I from here, and then the thank, and the you, and then fairy mutt with some little fairies on it, and the sparkles and the stars. I love stars. And look, there's a little wand there. So cute. And then this one is also very inspiring because you can say, I believe in family, magic, you, dreams, fairies, love, and friends. So I also want to do something with both the fairies and then put I believe in friends. Won't that be cute? You could do I believe in fairies too, or family. Maybe they're sister fairies, or dreams, or anything. There's so much. And I love all these little sparkles and little flowers and stars and hearts. And you could totally use all those to make a background for your image too. And then this one is Chibi Girl. They already have a Chibi Boy, and they're on sale. And you can intermix the faces with the different heads. And with the Chibi Boy, you could put the different faces on it too. That one's fun. So depending on your mood or what you want to make, that one is so cute. And the little hearts for eyes. I also got some cut files for these. They have digital cut files, and I will show you on the computer how to get those. Okay, here's the site where I got my stamps. Well, they sent them to me ahead of time because they're not yet released. They'll be released on June 4th, 2016. We're going to have a lunch party on Facebook at Oak Tree Stamps. I'll put a link to the event in the description below, so you can see lots of projects that Oak Tree Stamps design team is doing. So let's pretend you've already purchased your stamps here. Now you can get the cut files for them for free. You just scroll over Shop Oak Tree Designs, and you can go down to electronic dies. Now they have tons of other things in here. But for this, I want to download the electronic dies for the stamps that I got. Oh, and look, they have the ballerinas, the back of the little girls. So cute. I love those stamps. Here are the dies for those stamps. How cute are those? The ones I want aren't here yet, but I wanted to show you how to get them. And the electronic dies are completely free. So you can use this in the Cricut Explore, the Silhouette, or any die cutting machine you have that uses electronic dies. Okay, now let's get back to Cricut Design Space. Okay, now I want to cut out the dies. I've downloaded the ones I want, and I'm going to go to Upload Image. Here are a few of them. I'm going to click on Upload Image. I want to do the other fairy. I know when I downloaded these, they went into my download folder, and I clicked on it to unzip it. You do get a zip file, and you have to unzip it first. Once it's unzipped, you can click on Downloads or wherever it is you saved your files. And mine are in here. Okay, I want to do the fairy number 2. I've already downloaded number 1. And there it is. So in here in the tags, I'm going to write fairy, and then I'm also going to put Oak Tree Stamps. This is so I know what stamp set it goes to. And save. There it is. And this is the layered lilac also. Now I'm going to bring all of these in, the little wand, and click on Insert Image. I'm going to make sure these are all, even though they look the same color, these are in a different one, so we're just going to throw those up there. These all come in at the correct size. You don't have to spread them out or anything. They can all be on top of each other, and all you do is hit go. And there they are. I'm going to save paper. There. And now I'm ready to cut these out, and then I'm going to stamp them. Let's do some extras. While I'm cutting them out, I might as well cut out some extras and stamp some more. Save some paper. Turn this one. Oh, there. There we go. Saving lots of space. So now I have 3 of each stamp. All right, I'm gonna go cut these out and stamp them. And I'm putting them on watercolor paper. I put my dial setting to custom, and then I chose paper heavy watercolor 140 pound. And I used my purple mat. This is the stickiest mat. Watercolor paper does not want to stick to the other mats so well. If you don't have a sticky mat, you can use washi tape to tape it on, or scotch tape, or painter's tape, or anything like that. And I'm just peeling off the outside. I had this cut 3 of each of these. I don't have to use them all now. I can save them for later. Okay, now let's get these off the mat. Okay, got them all off my mat. Pretty easy. Okay, let's start with this one. Okay, I'm putting my mouse pad down. It's nice and soft. Any mouse pad will work. Some fun foam, or there's some embossing mats too. Anything that will be just a little soft and not too hard. It'll stamp better that way. This is my first time using the fairy stamps. And if you've never used these kind of stamps, you just open it up and peel it off the backing, and you save this and you put it back on. And I'm going to lay this on here to make sure it fits and that's the right way. Because if I accidentally turned the paper over, it might not fit perfectly. And that looks like it does. So I'm just going to leave that there, and I'm going to put this right on there. Now, because this is the first time I'm using this, I'm going to wipe it on my arm or on the back of your hand. When stamps are new, they just have a tiny bit of residue on there, and you want to get that off so it will ink better. And I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. This is a dye ink, and it'll work great with watercolor markers that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to take the stamp pad, pat it down to the stamp. Then I'm going to lay this right on here. And when doing this, make sure you cut it out first before you stamp it, unless you're going to use scissors. Or you can just stamp it right on your project. You don't have to put it on a separate piece of paper. And there it is, stamped perfectly. Let me show you some of the digital papers. In the bundle with these at Oak Tree Stamps, for the first 2 weeks, they're going to be bundled with my digital paper. And this is just a few of the images I painted. I painted these on my iPad. So here's another one. And there's 16 different images in the pack. So you'll get 16 different ones. Plus, you get this. Now you can print these out at any size you want, but if you're not sure how, or you just want to print some out for some cards, these are perfect for an A2 size card to be matted on the card. So I made them so you can fit these like right in there. You can put her there, or with the rainbow. Isn't she cute? Or you can have her on the mushrooms. And these are great just to stamp the sentiments on too. But what I'm going to show you is I'm going to color this with my clean color real brush markers. And then I'm going to scan it in with my printer and upload it to Cricut Design Space along with the digital paper. So I can set her on these papers, size her any way I want, and print out the whole image right onto my card design. So if that's something you want to learn how to do, keep watching. There, I have her all colored, and she's sitting on the digital paper. Isn't it pretty? And I'm going to go upload her in Cricut Design Space. So if you have a printer with a scanner, you can upload it just like any other image. Here she is on my digital paper. Isn't she cute sitting under the mushrooms? And then there's the sky. It's just so cute. Oh, and look, on this one, I could stick her right here and she could sit underneath the mushrooms. With the digital paper, you get different sizes, but you can also print this at any size you want. This is 8.5 by 11, but you could print it at half size, and you could print 2 on one paper. Or you can upload it into Cricut Design Space like I'm going to do. I'll be making some more videos with some of the other stamps I just got. We'll make her into a card really easy. Okay, now let's upload my little fairy I scanned in. We're going to click on Upload Image and Upload Image on the left, and now Browse. And it says Epson because we have an Epson printer. And this is how it's scanned in my printer. It's just this little image here. We're going to go ahead and bring that in. Let's zoom out. There it is. First thing we need to do on this is let's crop this. All we need is the fairy. It looks like I didn't scan in all of her shoes. There we go. And let's get rid of the background. And then I can use the eraser and get rid of more. And I've shown you how to do this in many of my videos, including my complete guide to Cricut Design Space. And if you want to see them better, you can click Preview. See, you can see all the little areas that need to be cleaned up. Like all of this up here. Okay, that's not perfect, but it's pretty good. I'm probably not going to cut out this by itself. I'm going to apply it to some digital paper. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. And I don't want it to say Epson. I want to say fairy. I'm going to do watercolor and put oak tree stamps so I know that's where it came from. Oh, and I missed some big spots there. So now we can rotate this. If you hit the Shift key and the rotate button, it'll rotate evenly. But actually, I think I want it like that. Let's upload some digital paper. And I'm going to do it as a pattern fill. You could also do it as an image. But pattern fill will let you fill it in with different shapes. So we're going to go to Browse. And this time I'm going to go to my fairy folder. I'm just going to search fairy. So that's the name of my paper. So I'm going to do my fairy number 3, it's 8.5 by 11, because I want portrait style to put on a card. Or I could do the 12 by 12. I think I'm going to go for the portrait. And when I upload digital paper into Design Space, I always use the JPEG image. With my digital paper, you get the PNG and the JPEG. But for Design Space, we always use the JPEG because the other ones are too big of files. I'm going to click the rainbow here that it's multicolored, and I could do spring, St. Patrick's Day, summer, and save. Okay, now unlike the other images you've uploaded, you don't see them here. So you can click on cancel down here or just click over here and upload images. Now let's insert a square. I want this to go onto a card, so I'm going to size this and I'm going to make it 4 inches, unlock the lock, and make this 5.25. Okay, now we're going to change that square and we're going to make this a print image. So I'm just clicking print here and then click on patterns. Let's see. Let's go to uploaded. And this is where you'll see the pattern that I just uploaded. It's this one right here. And you can see there's a blue line here because this isn't the exact proportions. So let's go back and go down here to the bottom and click edit. And let's make it just a little bigger. Okay, now let's move this to the back. Click arrange, move to back. There it is. Now we have our little fairy and we can make her any size we want. We can make her teeny tiny sitting on top of the mushrooms. We could put her underneath here, sitting under the mushrooms. We could rotate her like she's hanging out, laying on the mushroom. You can do it any way you want. She's flying above the mushrooms. Let's put her here like she's sitting on the mushroom. And then I can stamp some of the images up here. All right, now I want these to print together, and right now they're going to print and cut separately. So what I need to do is drag a box around them both, and I'm going to click flatten. Now this will cut out by itself as one image. Okay, I'm gonna go cut this out and we'll put it on a card and stamp it. Okay, now I'm gonna stamp it and emboss it using Versamark watermark stamp. This is a tiny one. It's 1 inch by 1 inch I got from Sweet Stamp Shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I'm going to be using the clear color Real Brush marker, watercolor marker to emboss. And I'm using Recollections Sparkle Embossing Powder. And this is a clear silver. It doesn't completely cover it up, but it puts some sparkle on it. And that's exactly what we need for this little fairy. First, I'm going to put the words on. Just so I know exactly where I want them, I'm going to place these right here. So this is going to say thank you very much. And I want to make sure they're exactly where I want them. That's going to go right there. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that where it's at and then put my block right on top of it. So I know that's how it will sit. I'm going to use my Versamark, and you don't have to use Versamark, but you do have to use a pigment ink. If you have colored pigment ink, you could do that without the watercolor marker, but I didn't have any in the colors that I wanted. So I laid this down, and I forgot one thing on the paper. So let me do that really fast. This is an embossing buddy. You can use baby powder or fabric softener sheet, things like that. This is so the embossing powder does not stick to the paper. It will only stick where we place this. Let me go over that again. So now I'm going to color. I have the Versamark on there, and I'm going to color this to give it a little color. And you could use more than one color. I'm going to add some purple. And then go back to the pink. And because I'm printing this on blue paper, because it's going to be in the sky there, it might be just a little different color than if I was doing it on white. Okay, let me go back over these again. Make sure there's enough ink on there. Let's blend this in. Let's add a little purple here. How fun is that? Okay, now I'm going to stamp this right here. Press it down so it gets enough ink on there. How cute is that? Love it. Glad I decided to add that purple at the last minute. And now I'm going to sprinkle embossing powder on it. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now this is not wasted. If you've never embossed before, you put it back in the jar. You can use coffee filters to put this on too. But I'm just using a regular piece of paper from my printer. I put a little fold in down here. And I'm just going to fold it and pour it in. Look at that. You hardly use any at all. Now I'm using a heat gun. You can pretty much use any heat gun. Let it heat up. And then heat this up. And you can kind of see it change. See it getting brighter? This melts the little particles. How cute is that? Okay, we're not done yet. So now I'm going to use these stamps. These are little, I don't know if you can see, they're little sparkles. They're this sparkle, you can see that one, and this one up here. I'm going to put those, use the Versamark for those. And I'm going to just put those in different areas. And you can't really see where I'm putting them. I'm just doing the little one. I'm going to put it over her eye, just a little. Just to put a little sparkle in her eye. Beyond the mushroom. There. Isn't it cute? Now I have the card all ready to be done. I'm going to go around the edge of this. I just think it's a neater edge. A lot of people use ink or daubers or Other things, I'm going to use my purple marker and I'm just going to go across the edge like this. And I'm just using it at the tip here. Be careful, because look what I'm doing to the back. If I did that to the front, I would have to fix something. This just gives it more of a finished look. So that's going to go over this piece like that. And I'm going to use art glitter glue, and you don't need much. Pretty. And then I'm going to put this on here. I get this glue from maymaymadeit.com. And they sell out really fast. They can't keep this glue in stock. Isn't it pretty? I love it. Thank you, Oak Tree Stamps, for these stamps. These stamps come out June 4th, bundled with the digital paper. For only 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, you can get the digital paper on my site at melodylanedesigns.com. Here's a shout out to a few of the people who support me on Patreon. Cindy, Donna, Jeannie, Lori, Donna, Carol, Tammy, Vivian, Kathy, Jim, Tiffany, Shanna, Angela, Teresa, Elizabeth, Linda, Donna, Kim, Lori, Tamika, and Robin. Thank you everybody for watching and subscribing.
Where's Crafts by 2?
And Crafts by 2.
Yay!
With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.